And joining us today as our guest is Michael Lichens to talk about this book, and it's called A Millennial in Paradise, Carlo Acutis himself. Thank you so much for joining us. Michael, tell us, would you please, about the author of this book, who is, I believe, stationed in Cambodia for the Archdiocese of Monaco?
That's right, Father Will Conquer. He's from French-Canadian family, and he grew up in France. His current mission is in Cambodia with the Paris Foreign Mission Society. He's been there a couple times, does a lot of great important work, much like Blessed Carlo. He's ever working and always working hard. But he also had a passion for Blessed Carlo, which is what inspired him to write this book.
And how did you become the spokesperson?
Like most things in my life, by accident or grace, whatever you want to call it. But basically, because Father Conquer is so busy and has such important work, we needed to find someone who could talk about this book. And I've been a fan of Blessed Carlo, fan's probably an understatement, but I love Blessed Carlo for quite some time, since he popped up in a Facebook meme back in 2009 or something like that. And so when we wanted to start promoting it and getting the word out there about Blessed Carlo, I wanted that job as soon as I could.
Good for you.
So on October 12th, we'll mark the 15th memorial anniversary of Blessed Carlo. So what do you think makes him such a relatable role model?
I think the fact that he is so contemporary, that he passed away in 2006, so well within our lifetimes, as much as it's hard to remember anything that happened 2 weeks ago, minus 15 years ago, it's still fresh and there in our minds. And I think when you just look at Blessed Carlo, whether you're seeing his relics or pictures of him as a young man, he was so common, so regular every day. He was a kid you would have met in high school. And yet he had this special grace and insight to really understand not just relations with Christ in the Eucharist, but how that relationship can be extended to everyone, to see Jesus in each and every person.
Absolutely.
Speaking of him as a kid in high school, he's kind of a contradiction. He tends to be a little bit of a computer geek. I feel like I can sort of relate with him, having been in high school not too long ago, and it was kind of a big thing for us. But he really enjoyed contemporary entertainment. He really enjoyed comics, but he also lived a life as an authentic follower of Christ. He even built a whole website documenting all the Eucharistic miracles.
Mm-hmm.
How would you consider him to be a saintly influencer, somebody who we can model in our modern life?
Well, I'd say, like you said, he loved contemporary media, which delighted me. It was nice to see someone who might be canonized soon, who was a big fan of PlayStation games, much like I am. I won't say that elevates PlayStation to saintly activity just yet, but what it showed is that he, at a young age, as a young teen, he was able to look at modern technology and see its potential for evangelization in a way that many people did not. You mentioned his Eucharistic miracles and documenting them. Last year, the 14th anniversary of his death, while many churches were shut down during the pandemic, they were using the information he collected on Eucharistic miracles to build small little displays teaching people about these things. But I think what makes him so incredible was he was still a teen. He was still a normal person. He would talk with his friends about games and comics, but he also was able to see their humanity and their humanity redeemed in Christ. Thus, one of his best friends was the family butler. A lot of girls in his group found him to be a really kind soul that they could talk to for hours. He would also remind his fellow boys to respect women. He would discourage them from wolf whistling or yelling out rude comments to people. So I think, especially today when we're trying to figure out what it means to be a Christian in the modern society, he shows how you can still have that grace, that understanding of each person as Christ and loved by Christ, but also be a normal person, be a person who enjoys the things that we're able to enjoy in modern society without being caught up in it and letting that define you rather than Christ.
Michael, ever since I heard about Blessed Carlo, like so many people like yourself, I've really been impressed and moved. In fact, I was telling John and John earlier, when I go out and celebrate confirmation, I usually give a prayer card of Blessed Carlo to all of the newly confirmed and encourage them to look him up and get to know him, because I really do believe, as I know you do, as we all do, that he's a great role model for young people and even old people like me.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and you're a great spokesperson, by the way. I just want you to know. Where can people get a copy of the book? Because I actually would like to get a copy myself.
You can go to sophiainstitute.com. It's also available at almost every major bookseller. I even saw it on Barnes & Noble and Target, so you can find it just about anywhere.
Well, Michael, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us, and thank you for your passion about helping people to come to know this blessed and holy young man, that he might be an inspiration for us and for the whole church.
Thank you so much, Bishop Reed, and thank you, Brothers John. It was great to talk with you all.
God bless you.